Hey, welcome to the Explainer. Today we're jumping into this really fascinating ancient tradition, and it's built on a pretty radical idea. What if joy isn't just some random emotion that comes and goes? What if it's something you could actually, practice? Let's get into it.
So get this, it all kicks off with this incredibly powerful line from an ancient elder. And it's not a gentle suggestion. It's not, hey, try to be happy if you can. It is a command. You shall be nothing but joyful. Wow. Okay, so how in the world are you supposed to pull that off?
Well, the answer starts right here, in part 1, the foundation. It's all built around this commandment for joy. And to really understand it, we're going to follow a family. We've got Ilya, his wife Sarah, and their 2 kids, David and Leah. We meet them just as they're finishing up their harvest, which, as you're about to see, is the real starting point for this whole thing. And right here, we see the very first crucial step. They're gathering this amazing harvest. It was an especially good year. And the father, Ilya, he makes this powerful connection for his son. He explains that this bounty isn't just luck. It's a blessing on the work of their own hands. So the joy doesn't just magically appear at the festival later. Nope, it's born right here, from being grateful for what their own labor produced.
And then you have their young daughter, Leah, who just perfectly captures the pure excitement of it all. Will we see all our relatives? And will there be music and dancing? Her questions tell you everything you need to know. This is not some quiet, somber ritual. It is a huge, festive community event with family, music, the whole shebang.
But it's her older brother, David, who asks the really big question. It's so simple, but it gets right to the heart of this entire tradition. He asks, "Why 7 days, Father?" And with that, we shift from just what they're doing to the much deeper question of why. 7. That's the answer. This number is the key to the whole practice. In this tradition, 7 isn't just a number on a calendar. It represents something much bigger. It stands for wholeness, for perfection, a totally complete cycle. And that's what Ilya explains. The feast lasts 7 days because it's the number of perfection. Think of it as a complete, protected block of time, an entire week that's been set aside to fully commit to joy and to leave all the other day-to-day worries behind. This brings us to the next piece of the puzzle. Part 2, the journey. This is so important. It's not just about preparing at home. It's about traveling together on a road of fellowship. The family doesn't do this alone. The journey itself is a critical part of the whole experience. As they're traveling, David spots another family they know and yells, "Look, Father, the family of Joseph." And that's the moment you realize, oh, this isn't just one family's private trip. We're watching the very beginning of a massive, nationwide pilgrimage. And this is where Ilya reveals the next layer of the practice. He tells his son the real beauty of this whole thing is what he calls fellowship in gratitude. It's this idea that your own joy gets amplified, it gets magnified when you share it with thousands of other people who are all on the exact same journey. I mean, can you just picture the atmosphere? The sources describe the roads as being just filled with music, with singing, with conversation. This isn't some quiet, solemn march. It's a rolling celebration. The journey itself basically becomes the festival before the festival. And that journey leads us right here to part 3, the climax, the 7 days of merriment. When the family finally arrives, the scene is just an explosion of life. You've got tents everywhere, music is already playing, and people from all across the nation are greeting each other with just pure excitement. As they're setting up their own tent, David comments on that special feeling in the air. And his father gives him maybe the most important lesson of all. He says, "That is joy, son. The joy that comes from a grateful heart." He's making it crystal clear that this amazing feeling, it doesn't just come from the music or the crowds, it springs directly from that foundation of gratitude. And then a powerful voice rises above the whole crowd. It's the voice of an elder, delivering that same official proclamation we heard at the beginning. But now it has so much more weight, doesn't it? It has context.
This is the call to action for the entire nation, formally kicking off the 7 days of mandated joy. The moment those words are spoken, the whole place just erupts. You hear flutes, drums, harps, music just swells up from everywhere. And Elijah, Sarah, David, and Leah, they don't just stand there and watch. No way! They grab each other's hands and plunge right into the singing and the dancing, becoming one with this massive wave of communal joy. So let's just trace that path one more time. It's like a formula for joy, right? It starts with a clear instruction, a commandment to celebrate. Then it's grounded in real gratitude for the harvest. That feeling is then amplified through the fellowship of a shared journey, and it all culminates in a total immersion in celebration. And the results of all that is this. Not just happiness, which can be kind of fleeting, but joy. A deep, practiced, communal state of being, built on a rock-solid foundation of gratitude. And that leaves us with this really provocative idea. This ancient story suggests joy isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you can build, something you can practice, and something you can commit to. So the final question is for you. What would it look like to bring that kind of intentional practice of joy into your own life?